So Helen, what do you get when you combine roller skates, moustaches and local artists?
I don't know, Sam, what do you get?
You get a brilliant new episode of This Is Portsmouth.
Hello everyone and welcome to our student-based programme on all things Portsmouth.
This week we are visiting the homes of a local artist involved in a new open house exhibition.
We'll be finding out why the city's been taken over by moustaches.
And we have a great performance by Jane Acute that you will not want to miss.
But before we get to all of that, would you ever consider sticking on a pair of roller skates and heading out into the evening? Take a look at this.
I'm known as Carl Namaskate and I skate the Portsmouth Late Night Skate. It's definitely a skate family, without a doubt. People join and they start to learn to skate and they get into it and they wondered what they'd did without skating.
I'm Holly and I didn't start skating until about 2 years ago when I was just, I think it was 42? Yeah, and I had been a carer for my son who has severe autism for 12 years and then he has gone to a residential placement and I found myself needing a hobby and I took up skating and it's the best thing I ever did. Yeah. Well, I came into skating at a point where I hadn't been able to socialise for a lot of years and I've literally, my whole life and community revolves around skating now. All my best friends, my partner, everybody is and we are like a big family who look after each other.
I never do a route because Portsmouth's very small, but we tend to do anywhere between 12 and 15 miles over 2 hours. We start here at the D-Day Museum and we finish here at the D-Day Museum. We usually leave here about 7:45 and get back anywhere 9:30ish. And we all skate around with music from our back and it's like a mobile disco on skates.
Yeah, very good route tonight, very good route. I think we've done probably about 15 miles, something like that. So on that road, when we're going for it, you could probably get up to about 20, 22 mile an hour maybe. People miss this. You know, they're sat in their rooms playing computers or they're sat in there on their phones or it's boring. Get outside, it's not raining, get outside, enjoy the air. It's fresh, it's nice. When you're too old, you'll be regretting it. That's the way I look at it, you know. So I'll be skating as long as I can stand in skates, I'll be skating. And then when I can't, I have a Zimmer frame skating. Simple as that.
Portsmouth Skating Group is more for people who want to get into the sport of skating, so we run it at a slightly slower pace. To give it some perspective, I started skating when I was 12 years old, and that was the first time I really felt free. 41 years later, I'm still doing it. Normally at the end of the first skate they've done, they get hugs from everybody, and that's it, they're in.
Skating is literally like all the happy hormones in one. It's dopamine, serotonin, it's good exercise, you meet the best people, and it's just pure happiness.
There's a good bit in the Guildhall on there of one of the skaters who's a pro. She coming down the stairs, she was sat down getting down the stairs like that, so I went over with the GoPro. I was like,
GoPro, this is what a learner skater looks like getting downstairs.
Come along to one of the group sessions. You've got skaters here with years of experience. They're always happy to help. You never see an unhappy skater, ever. You just don't.
Yeah, come see us, come cheer us on if you see us and wave and say hello. Or get some skates on and start practicing and you come out and join us.
So what do you reckon, Helen? Is it time to get your roller skates on and join the late night skate?
I don't really think it's my calling. Maybe ice skating though. There's a new ice rink in Guildhall, all for the festive season.
Well, Helen, I do know you're already counting down the sleeps until Christmas, but before we get too wrapped up in the festive season, let's take a moment to reflect on something incredible that happened across our city last month.
This week, we are joined in the studio by Ben Hayes, who's been heading up the Movember campaign at the University of Portsmouth, raising over £14,000 in the past month.
It's an incredible amount of money, isn't it, really? But first of all, Ben, for those who don't know, what is Movember?
What is Movember? Great question. Movember is all about raising awareness for men's health. So Movember particularly mental health, prostate cancer, testicular cancer. Those will be focused in February next year, but focusing on Movember, men's health and prostate cancer.
What encouraged you to take that step and do all of this for Movember?
So last year, well, a friend of mine actually at the beginning of this year, he suffered an accident and a lot of his friends and my friends were affected by that. It's my first sort of experience of trauma and for them as well, and we all managed to seek out help in our own way, and for me it was go through the student council, through counselling services through the uni, and seeking out help, talking to someone, and that's sort of what got me to where I
So
am.
obviously going through that sort of struggle, what advice would you give to someone who may be in a position at the moment where they may be struggling and they're looking to seek help?
Taking the first step by talking to someone is key. You can't really, there's nothing really else to add, and even if it's not just talking about it to begin with and you just let someone know that maybe you're not okay, then that's always good to do as well.
Yeah.
I think men's mental health is, quite typically not spoken about. Did you find that a struggle to begin with when you went through this thing or with Movember?
100%. I always had it in the back of my mind. I mean, I've always struggled to even talk to my dad, talk to my brother about my own personal feelings. It's always easier to talk to my mum about it. But yeah, I think, again, as I said, once you make that first step and having that conversation with whether that's a friend or someone completely random, someone you don't talk to all the time, it's always the best way to get there.
But that's what's so good about Movember is that it is really hard to get through that first step, and I'm sure a lot of people can agree, but something so simple as just growing a moustache for a month is enough just to get that ball rolling, and it sort of says how simple it can actually be.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, loads of people have been taking a part of it. Myself and Lottie, we've been taking lead on raising awareness for it, and we've seen so much feedback, so many photos and videos of people growing their mows. Thankfully, I haven't got mine on at the moment. It wasn't the best moustache, but yeah, I had to shave it off straight away. But yeah, we've done the best we can do, I think, this month, and yeah.
I mean, the best we can do, raising over £14,000 is incredible. And I'm just curious, how did that make you feel when you knew that was the amount and you knew you were helping?
Honestly, yeah, just very proud, actually. It was nice to see that all the work that we had done has contributed towards something. Lottie and I spent a lot of time meeting loads of people, loads of new people, spending our own money, travelling places to raise awareness and create content so that people know what's going on, people are aware of men's health, and yeah, just proud. Definitely.
Well, I gave it a go this year as well. I've almost embarrassed myself. Someone actually said
Said
the other day on the 2nd of December, oh, you actually tried to do Movember. So they didn't even notice. But if someone does want to get involved next year, or if you've got other things going on, how can they get involved in the programme?
Well, on UAP Movember on Instagram, make sure to give that a follow, but send us a message, especially if you want to be a Movember ambassador next year. But I would like to say there are still 3 days where we are raising money. Not all the totals are added up just yet.
Okay, cool. Brilliant. Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Really,
Ben.
really good, really good. And it's just such an important thing to be able to have this conversation, and I think it's so important for men's mental health, and also an incredible amount of money as well. So Ben, thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate your time, and it is so easy to get involved, just like Ben said. So, and in fact, later in the show, we'll be joined by 3 other guests who also participated in Movember this year.
But first, a few weeks ago, a group of local artists opened their homes to the general public in a really unique exhibition.
Portsmouth Open Studios, this is the first year. However, it came out of something that used to run in the city called Created in Portsmouth, but that kind of just sort of dissolved, it disappeared during the lockdown, and so the Arts Council were encouraging us to do something.
It's a lovely opportunity for craftsmen like myself to just open their doors and welcome people in, because to show your work and how you make it is actually really important, and people are very fascinated with very often the simplicity of a technique which produces something really beautiful.
There's an amazing community in Southsea of artists and creatives, so I do regular markets in High Street and different events that go on. And there's an amazing sort of sisterhood, brotherhood of the people here that all work in the creative arts industry. Lots of people making things. Southsea's a really, really creative place, and yeah, lots of support as well from the residents as well that are coming to buy stuff.
I think what you need to understand about Portsmouth in terms of the arts community is there's always been a strong creative community here, but it feels like it's sort of growing, and I described it a year ago, I said it's starting to feel like the city is fizzing.
I think it's lovely that we've got this network of artists who are all involved with this one event. The brochure has been beautifully put together by a volunteer who's given their time to create something amazing.
There's a really great scene of events happening in Southsea, and it really adds to the colour of the cultural scene here.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot of little festivals happening. There's a lot more organisations kind of building arts infrastructure. There's a lot more arts council money flowing into the city. So it's very, very vibrant and quite exciting. So I went out to an opening at Aspects Gallery last night, but there were two other openings on at the same time, one at Jack House and one at A Space. So you can regularly go out now and find there's 2 or 3 things going on, which is very different from the way it was when I moved here 20 years ago.
We've got the Look Up event that happened a few weeks ago, the Street Art Festival. You've now got this, and I think as well as engaging artists, it gets people out and about, maybe to a side street or a back street that you've never been to go and find a new artist or a new piece of street art, or to find your new favourite creative. So I love that about the city.
I love the idea of just going into someone's house and just sort of like having an adventure, and sometimes it is a real adventure, I have to say.
It's just fascinating when other artists are having the same kind of vision as you. There's another lady that I have just got involved with. She's called Revive and Revolve. She uses discarded textiles to make new products, lovely clothing.
There are unique characteristics about the art in Portsmouth.
Southsea's a really, really creative place. It's one of the reasons that I love living here.
It is so lovely to see artists exhibiting art from their own homes.
I think it's more of a personal touch, isn't it? Like letting people in, seeing your personal art in your personal space. But I think there's something so special about that.
Yeah, and I actually think as a community we need to get a bit more of that and see some more. But next up, we do have an incredible artist, Jane Acute, performing an original song.
Try, got that major 7th feeling.
Well, earlier in the show, we were speaking with Ben about the fantastic Movember campaign, and now we're lucky enough to be joined by two more lads who have grown some wonderful moustaches.
Welcome, Charlie and Liam.
Well, with November in the rearview mirror, guys, I think it is time for both of you to get rid of those moustaches.
Say goodbye.
So, Charlie, if you want to start shaving
gosh,
for
it's
us,
real, it's happening.
and Liam will come to you first. So,
Yes.
what was your first? Why did you start November? I suppose.
For me, it was a personal journey. Growing up gay, I never really had many male friends. I had a lot of difficulties with mental health. And it wasn't really till this year and last year I met basically my second family at uni and like old friends from high school. I've really just felt a much better community. And it's just by talking to them and also having their stories and how they've kind of developed alongside me as well. So that's kind of my journey so far, yeah.
Thank you, Liam, for making it just an open space and being real with us. Yeah. And Charlie.
He's halfway through.
Struggling.
Well, if I tell you what, if we swap over quickly,
yeah.
Charlie's got halfway.
Half-shaven moustache.
We'll swap over.
Liam, it's your turn.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, your Movember journey, what made you want to sign up this year?
Well, for me personally, I've had my own mental health struggles, and I know a lot of friends who've had the exact same issues as myself. So I wanted to raise some awareness, get rid of the moustache I did have, grow a brand new one, make it really obvious to my friends, have that nice conversation.
Yeah, of course. Well, at least now you've got a whole year to now get the moustache back to where it was at the start.
Shaved off.
Of November, yeah, and again, it's such an important conversation to have, and guys, both very brave to come on and shave and live on air. So thank you. You might want to keep going, clean them off, but unfortunately we are just about running out of time. So keep shaving, that's fine. But thank you everyone for coming onto the show and for joining us.
And thank you, Ben, and everyone over at Movember. And we hope to see even more hairy faces, maybe not from Sam, next year.
And everyone, give a round of applause for the guys on Movember. Brilliant.
Really good.
That's it, just there, that's it, yeah. That's it.